everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roos. Today I'm gonna take you around a new garden center that I haven't been to yet. It's called Het Oosten in Aalsmeer, which is right in the center of where all the greenhouses are. And I've heard some good things about this place, so I'm excited to see their collection and hope to be surprised with some cool, rare, cheap plants. As always, let's go have a look. First looks of this place, it is amazing. The plants are huge. Look at those Euphorbia aureums in the back. And they're all spread out a lot as well, so they have a lot of space. Look at this hole. Isn't that insane? This is all just indoor plants. Here are the Euphorbia aureum I was talking about. I went up a little bit closer. The leaves, I've never seen leaves this big. They're insane. And then some Alocasia as well. Look at these beautiful philodendron, whatever they're called. I always forget. Look how big they are. That was my main takeaway from this place. Plants are huge. They're so much bigger than in other places. Lots of yucca, I guess, or Dracaena. I don't know, Dracaena. And then some rubber plants. Here are some of the bigger... Ooh, look at that. That actually has a split of Euphorbia aureums. Seriously, the happiest Euphorbia aureums I've ever seen. These are amazing. So big. The leaves are bigger than my head for sure. Check that out. Can you believe it? It's an Euphorbia aureum. It's so big. Whoa. You can even feel it. This greenhouse is really warm. So all the plants will probably be super happy here. All right, let's move on from the Euphorbia aureums. Here is an aisle with some Alocasia Dracaena on the left. And then on the right, moving a little bit fast, sorry about that, some ZZ plants and some Alocasia zebrina with variegation. It's not a lot, but it's sold as a regular zebrina, so that's cool. Let's see. Whoa, lots of strelitzia and big palm tree kind of things. And can you see how long that hole is? And they have 3 holes just like this. And then over on this side, we've got some philodendron Brazil. I've never seen them this big before, actually, on a huge pole. Looks really nice. And look at this leaf. That has some beautiful pink color. I absolutely adore it when new leaves have a different color, like a lot of philodendron and anthurium do. There are some seriously huge strelitzia here. I guess because they have so much space, they're also putting the plants a lot more wider apart, I feel like. Some places I've been are super packed, and this is the opposite. So that's awesome to walk around in. Here are some more philodendron with the thingy leaves like cellulum, or it has a new name, but some kind of ficus. That is a little bit fuzzy. That feels really nice. Ficus bruciflorus, I think it said. They asked me to not show you the prices, so that's what I'm doing, respecting their request. Basically, this whole place is walking around like a jungle. Here's a big aspidistra, cast iron plant that I learned about through Jane from On the Ledge podcast. And then just an overview to give you an idea of how insanely big this place is. And they have a really nice setup as well, so that you can really see the plants well, and they're showing them off. On all the sides of the holes are also hanging plants, so that's really interesting. I'm going to show you them in a bit. Some Calathea, or whatever they're classified as now, but Calathea magic star. Some philodendron scandens. Very, very cute looking. I love the little aerial roots, so adorable. And in this place, a lot of the plants are actually really affordable compared to my other favorite garden centers. That's something I'm sure I'm allowed to tell you. Here's a beautiful, huge jungle boogie. That's insane. I haven't seen them this big ever. And then some Alocasia. I don't know exactly what type this is. Alocasia portadora. I looked at the label, but I can't show you because the price was on there. They are not expensive, let me tell you that. And then over here, some kind of Calathea that looks amazing, but I've never seen before. So if you know what it is, let me know in the comments. Calathea medallion. And here are some more of those. They look like the magic star or the trio star, but without the variegation. And then the ones with the yellow variegation. And these really tall ones that are called Sananthe compactata. I only know that because I looked at the label, don't worry. And then over here we've got Monstera deliciosa, Lots and lots and lots of baby monsters. And some more of the yellow ones. They're actually Sananthe luberciana. I looked it up. Here is another overview of the whole. You can see some Pachira aquatica over there. And then I realized that there is actually a third hole. Then I found some Alocasia poli, the skeleton plants. I never owned one, but they are nice to look at. I just don't necessarily feel the need to own one because I already have the dragon scale, which I think is prettier. And then over here, I don't know what this is, but it has beautiful colors. Look at that with the pink. I love it. Another really big jungle boogie, lots of Schefflera and some baby peperomia. I think it's caparata. And then a beautiful begonia maculata with really thin, long leaves. I love the look of them. And then the little baby leaf as well. That is adorable. And see, again, the leaves come in a slightly different color and I love it. That's just me. Here are some begonias, nice and pinkish red. Very nice colors. Doesn't have a label on it, so I don't know what type. But I don't know about begonia anyway. I think this is the first time that I saw these. Since then I've seen them quite a few times, so I'm not as fascinated anymore. But look at all the hairy parts, the stems and the baby leaves. This one looks really nice as well. Just begonia seem to be too much of a diva to live in my house, but they are very nice to look at in the shop. Here are some more begonia, lots of different kinds. I have no idea of the ID on these, but feel free to share them with timestamps in the comments below so others can learn and I can learn. These are really cool as well, the black ones. Magic color, it's labeled as here. Look at how those dots are beautifully pink, light pink on the black leaves. It's amazing. Definitely a stunning plant. And we found some Diefenbachia, different kinds. Quite big, but also smaller ones, which is nice. Normally you only see the huge ones for sale. Hello, compacta, it's called. And then I found some small Brazils. I really like the ones with the fully yellow leaves because I kind of don't have the neon philodendron yet. I only have the neon epiprenum. Here are some bigger ones. These were very affordable. So definitely tempted to get some nice little yellow hearts. This one looks beautiful. I love it. And then I also really liked this other one over here. But as you can see, there is so many to choose from. There is plenty for everyone. This little fern had some kind of weird growth pattern where this one leaf or frond or whatever it's called had half very small leaves and then half much bigger in a slightly different color. Like half looked new and the other half looked mature. Very strange. I don't know what's up with that, but I love me some good mutations. Then there's the Schidia ruskifolia, which is super adorable, and I since have gotten a bigger plant of these from Angela, Casa Botanica. Huge Alocasia over here. I love that it's not just one place where you can find one plant. They spread everything out. Some Pothos and Joy, I think, and Adansonii, and a big philodendron, I don't know, probably red or green or something else. There seem to be more and more of those every time. And then these huge palm trees. My boyfriend is obsessed with palm trees. If you don't know, we have about 10 in our garden in different sizes. So always cool to see. And this really chunky tree with very beautiful velvety looking leaves. I don't know the name right now, but it's some kind of tropical plant I've seen in Thailand, I think. This is the third hole, and as you can see, there are huge plants in here. It's like walking through a huge tropical forest. You can see my little face here being super excited about all the different plants and all the huge plants especially. Look at that beautiful, what is that? That looks like a cycas palm, actually, a sago palm, rather than a palm tree. It's one big adventure to walk around here with all the huge plants. Very exciting. I found this very strange looking plant, very flimsy looking, but kind of cool. I have no idea what it is. And there's some more Epiprenum aureums and bigger Monstera deliciosa on poles. You can see like this whole field of poles and big climbing plants. Here's another Epipremnum aureum with a nice fenestration. I don't even know what to say. This looks like they're actually growing in the tropics. And excuse any background noises. My neighbors, again, are making a lot of noise, so sorry about that. This is the first time I actually found a Hoya Crinkle 8, which was marked as a Carnosa, but it's a Crinkle 8, as you can tell. And I had never seen them before, so I was pretty shocked. And I looked at them for a long time and filmed them and posted on Instagram about them, like, what are they? But yeah, I didn't buy one because, I don't know, they don't appeal to me like some other Hoya do. If you haven't noticed, I've become Hoya obsessed. Here is a stunning agave. Super, super big. Look at that. That is so chunky. This is their succulent section. And look at that huge palm at the top. Amazing. And here are all the big cacti and succulenty plants, the ponytail palms. Really, really chunky ones as well. That looks like an agave. I'm not quite sure. And a jade plant. And some more very chunky cacti as well. I love how they decorated this part of the greenhouse. It looks very pretty. The hairiest of ponytail palms I've ever seen. Also, there's a Buddha right there. Look at that. You can't even see the stems because it's so hairy. It reminds me of Cousin It. Stunning. I love it. This place is just beautiful with all the huge plants. It's pretty crazy, actually. And then this cool little fern with 2 different colors. I couldn't find a name or a price on these, but I really like the look. If you follow me longer, you know I love a good fern. And then some more Hoya Crinkle 8. There were tons and tons of them. Some looked a little bit bigger. Look at those baby leaves over there. Super cute. And here as well. Excuse the touching. I was not aware yet of how fragile new leaves on Hoyas are here. They're like glass, man. They break so easily. What was I doing? Here are some whale fins. Very big, but kind of strange looking ones. And some, what do you call them again? Codexes? Yes, codexes. I don't know what this plant is that is growing out because a lot of plants can be codexes, I've learned. But yeah, maybe you know, you can tell me in the comments. It looks like such a weird thing. Just a blob with 2 little spikes. One of which has snapped off, I see. Not by my care, by the way. And then this crested, I think it's called a crested cactus. But I don't know. Again, I'm no cactus expert. But actually this place had quite a few really cool cacti that I considered buying. So that's a sign that they were really nice. Over here, some weird looking ones. Hemanthus multiflorus. Looks pretty dead. And then this weird little codex with very strange looking stems and leaves with nice red patterns on them. And this is labeled Monadanium. And then over here is this huge codex with the tiny little things out of it again. Again, no idea what this is. It looks like a shy little Rubens lady. And there's one on the other side as well. And then one over there on the top. And a flowering little cactus. This was in January, reminding you. Lots of cacti are flowering now, but this was in January. Here is all the little tendrils of the codex. And then I found these little cacti that I think are called Euphorbia obesa or something. And I actually love them. Yes, Euphorbia obesa. I remembered correctly. And they have all these weird shapes, like little blobs, a little bit more round, some are more flat. And I thought they were actually adorable with the little patterns on the side. They look like little seashells. Look at that one, so pretty with the little V's and just the patterned colors, like green and white stripes almost. And then these beautiful red kalanchoe, I guess. And some jade plants, and this funky looking one that I really liked the look of as well. Some elephant bush, I think. And then over here, a Monvilea cactus, I guess. It looks super weird, like a crested cactus, but even more ancient. Very strange little codexes over here. Ipomoa or something. I don't know how to pronounce. And then another kind of cactus that looks really pretty. I actually love the colors on this one. Looks a little bit like waves in the ocean. And this really old looking one that then had a new part growing out of it. Like it's almost two different plants the way it looks. Very funky. Look at how tall that is. And then this Lobevia Christ, it's labeled as, which halfway through apparently decided it wanted to be a regular cactus. So that looks really fun. And back to something that I'm more comfortable with, the bigger Brazils. And I don't know what this is, but it looks really funky because the tiny leaves have variegation on them. I don't know if you can see that because they're so small. A big asparagus fern, which is not actually a fern, I think. Hoya crinkle 8, more pots of that. And lots of spider plants. And another overview of the big haul. Insane! Look at that cactus! No, palm tree! Look at that palm tree! Ooh, and a little ferny type plant. Looks a little bit like a conifer or a selaginella. All the beds. And then there's a big rhino over there. Some pitcher plants, really big, and lots of pitchers on them. That's pretty cool to see. And a Ripsalis or something that looks like it. More crinkle 8s, or maybe this is actually a regular Hoya carnosa. I'm not quite sure. Tendrils all the way down to the floor. And like I said, I was very impressed with these because I hadn't seen many Hoyas in garden centers yet. Now I'm a little bit more experienced with it, so not so obsessed by these Hoya. And this one actually looks really, really pretty with the splash on the leaves, a little bit more splash than the rest of the plant. I think all of these are regular Hoya carnosas. Very pretty. I didn't even realize this when I was there. I didn't know what kind they were. But actually recently I've been more interested in the regular carnosa, and I got a cutting from my friend Siarda, who is Plant Life Galore on Instagram. I didn't know that I had actually held on to them before. IRL. This one definitely fascinated me with the big splashy parts, but not enough to buy the whole plant. Some palms over here. Weijer palms, we call them in Dutch. And a huge Alocasia. This one is really chunky. Dieffenbachia. Some Monstera deliciosa with secondary fenestrations. And some more crinkle 8s. They literally had Hoyas everywhere. It was quite fun to discover them while I was walking around. Some string of tears. Very full pot. This looks super healthy and happy. Senecio hayrianus. Great pronunciation. And it's actually flowering. That is so cute. And then this little Shrek paw one that is also flowering. That looks adorable. I love the little Shrek paws. I gave my variegated one away because it was not happy. Carnosa growing all over the table. Crinkle 8s growing all over the table. And then lots of... why can I not think of the word? Let's call them Dracaena because that's what they're now. Sansevieria, thank you. But reclassified as Dracaena. Very, very strange. I kind of refuse to use that, but okay. And a little Norfolk Palm, no, Norfolk Pine, or in Latin, Alocasia heterophylla. It's a little bit simple, like a Christmas tree, but still cute. And I found the little Pathiopedilum, lady slipper orchid. There's quite a few of them. And they look so pretty. Ooh, look at this one. I like the colors. I used to be orchid obsessed, if you didn't know. I used to have about 50 orchids. It actually smells really nice. But then I got bored with orchids and I gave them all away. I didn't have cool orchids like this though. I had mostly, well, like Dendrobium and Phalaenopsis. Here's a little foxtail or Sedum burrito. I was really in love with the colors of this, the pastels, and also the ombre effect on them. I don't know if these I shouldn't touch because of the white stuff leaving the plant. So if that is the case, I'm sorry. I was made aware of that a little bit later in my plant journey. Here's some more Hoya and some spider plants and a huge blue cactus. Some more blobby cacti and little... These look very funky. What is that? These looks really funny. I don't know what kind they are, obviously, but... Oh, it says something. Treecko... Focus, please. Treecko serious. Seriously? Serious. And these really hairy ones. Also very funky. Growing out of the pot. And then some lithops with something else taking over the pot over here. Different colors. These are quite big. I usually see really small ones in the garden centers. These are really chunky. And more of the Ripsalis. And these funky, I think these are Crashula somethings. And then I found these, which I had just seen on Summer Rain Oaks' video when she was in Thailand. She was looking at all these astrophytums and she was explaining, like she was talking to an expert explaining what is cool and what is less cool, and I have no idea. But in this garden center, there were triangle ones like this one with a little blob coming out the side. There were square ones like this one. I have no idea which one is hip or more cool. There was also something to do with V's on the side, which apparently is extra cool or something, but obviously I didn't pay enough attention. So go watch Summer Rain's video if you want to know more about them. Rows and rows of these cacti, but also lots of other kinds that I know nothing about. Opuntia family over there. This one actually is also really beautiful. How does this grow? How is that even possible in nature? Crazy. Oh, and I found the name of these little blobby ones. They are Tricocerus or Tricocerus. Not sure how to pronounce. Look at the lines. It's really, really strange looking. Fascinating. And this really spiky one. They are kind of fascinating when you think about it. Look at that beautiful spiral when you look at it from the top. Very beautiful. More Sansevieria and more Euphorbia obesa. As far as the eye can see. Really, there were incredible amounts of these little blobs. Getting a little bit dizzy even from this. Look at that! And this adorable baby had so many flower buds. Look at that all around. And this was January. Wow! Woo! I just made it back into my car after a really, really long visit at Het Oosten. They have so much space and a lot of cool plants, but some gems of special plants hidden in between. I'd never seen astrophytum before. Apparently a special kind of cactus. And what else? I don't even remember. There were so many plants. It was so cool to be around there. I feel like the cactus section especially was really, really extensive. There were not as many aroids as I like, of course, but I saw some cool Hoya that I'd never seen before. Yeah. Overall, I'm really, really impressed, and if you are around this area, it's definitely worth a look. They make everything look so nice with all the big plants and the big decorations. It's really an adventure. And quite a trek because this place is huge. That's it for this tour. Well, that was the most abrupt ending I've ever filmed to a tour. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. And leave a comment below if you know any of the IDs that I missed on the plants. I would love to know. Thank you and see you in the next one. Bye!